It's crazy, it's pandemonium out here. Hey everyone, how's it going? Her name is Suzu.
His name is Alvin.
And welcome back to our channel. During the lockdown, Suzu and I try to keep our outings to the bare minimum. This means that we stay inside for as long as we can without sunlight or vitamin D whatsoever.
Exactly.
Until it's time for us to get some groceries.
Yep, we always try to buy food and snacks as much as we can so that it will last for 2 weeks. So that we are keeping our chances to get COVID very low.
Yeah, every time we go out, we put on our masks, our gloves, and just in case we bring a small spray bottle filled with alcohol, just in case we have to spray somebody who's trying to come at us. It's not pepper spray, it's just alcohol spray.
Yep, whenever we are outside, we try not to touch our faces with our hands because we never know what we touched was clean or not. And once we get home, we disinfect every single items that we buy.
Better be safe than sorry is what I always say.
Exactly.
Yeah, and when we go shopping, our carts are always full. And people think we're like hoarders, but we're not. We're just making sure that we have enough items that will last us until the next time we go out. And most of the time, our cart has just fruits and vegetables, eggs, and like seafood and stuff. So I could see why a lot of people think we're a bunch of hoarders, but not really.
You gotta stay healthy.
And when we actually get home, we take off our shoes right after we get inside the house. We put on our inside slippers and we go take a shower right away. We also spray our clothes with Lysol or whatever. Let it hang for a couple days because we're not gonna touch it for another 2 weeks.
Wow, we've been taking so many steps. Well, that's one of the reasons why we just don't go outside often.
It's because we're lazy, honestly.
That is one too.
Since our bi-weekly outing was just today, we thought it'd be fun to show you what's happening in our neighborhood of Queens, New York, and also to our go-to supermarket, H Mart. Let's go!
plusNONE.
Now that you've seen our going out routine, let's give you an update on what's happening in Japan and also here in New York City.
Sounds good.
So here in New York City, thankfully the cases have been going down. the number of intubations, and also the number of hospitalizations have been going down. Also, to be optimistic about things, the number of deaths, even though it's still high, is actually going down. So that's something that's actually positive. So hopefully people keep staying inside and obeying the lockdown rules just so that this thing doesn't get worse. I know you've seen a lot of times in the news, people are actually going out there to protest the lockdown just because they want to get a haircut, which is completely stupid. So please stay inside and listen to your government and wait until everything is clear before you go outside.
Exactly. Well, meanwhile in Japan, the government has started to give out 2 masks to each household. And people said that these masks has ticks and mold.
Ooh.
I know.
As much as I like free things, because I'm Filipino, I would say no to that in a heartbeat. So no to ticks, no to molds, no to free masks. If you're gonna give me a free mask, make sure it's clean, make sure I could use it. And actually in New York City, I heard that they started giving out 100,000 free masks and free food to help out everybody who is in need, or to people who can't afford to buy a mask right now. So that's actually a pretty cool thing too.
Yeah, I like that. Well, for all the money the Japanese government has spent on masks, a lot of it went to waste, sadly. And also, what if they have a big household? Are they gonna share one mask?
I hope not. That's actually a really big question.
I heard that they can wash the mask as many times as they want, but then it shrinks too.
Yeah, that is actually a big problem. Are they just gonna play like rock, paper, scissors to who gets the mask? It's gonna be a battle royale in the household. So is the Japanese government actually doing anything else for the people to help them out during this pandemic?
So the Japanese government decided to give out 300,000 yen at first, but then people realized that in order to get that money, they have to check out all those strict requirements, and that means not all people can get money from the government.
Were they really strict?
I heard so. So the Japanese government actually reconsidered the policy, and they now decided to give out 100,000 yen cash to people.
It seems a lot less, but I hope the requirements are actually much less than before. Here in New York City and also here in the United States, the government has also started giving out stimulus checks for the amount of $1,200. You do have to meet certain criteria. For example, you have to be 18 or above. You can't be in school, and you have to be making less than $75,000 a year to receive it. And that's just some of the basic rules. Also, I heard it takes a long time for you to get it. So some people actually haven't received it yet. And when they do, they're actually super surprised at it. Their posts on Twitter, it's like, yeah, I got my stimulus check. And meanwhile, the people who haven't received it yet are still looking for it in their bank accounts, just like us. Also, people are very worried about this whole situation because yes, even though they're getting $1,200, for a lot of families in the United States, that's not enough to cover basic bills, their food. Just because here in America, most of the households don't have the money or the savings that they could use in case of an emergency, and especially during a big emergency like this pandemic. So people are very worried how they're gonna get by, which is why people are kind of protesting the whole lockdown situation. How about in Japan? What are the new requirements to get the 100,000 yen?
I heard you have to have a My number, which is similar to social security number we have here in the United States. People use My number to claim their taxes and whatnot, for example. The bad part about this is that not a lot of people have My number because having a My number isn't a requirement to live in Japan. So now everyone is trying to get My number because they need cash. So everybody's trying to register now in order to get money, and it is creating a big delay.
Sounds like what's happening with the unemployment situation here in the United States. Over 30 million people have lost their jobs and they're claiming for unemployment. The unemployment lines have gone down. People can't apply. They're waiting for their checks. It's crazy. It's pandemonium out here. So we really hope that everything kind of eases out soon. So please stay inside.
And also, have you heard about things that they're doing over here to support the workers?
Yeah, I heard that they're trying to do 12 weeks of paid leave for workers right now. However, I think that's kind of hard to do, right?
Yeah, that's true. A lot of small business cannot afford those 12-week of paid leave. But then at the same time, New York City schools are closed until September.
And Ariel is very happy about that, but a lot of parents are not, because who's gonna watch their kid while they're at work? Childcare costs extra money. That's money they don't have. So it's pretty crazy right now.
But hopefully things will get better very soon.
As time goes on, more things are being learned and more drugs are being developed so that we can kick this virus in the butt. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you like our little update on what's happening here in New York and also over there in Japan. So as usual, let us know what you'd like to see for our next video. Please comment,
like,
and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye. Peace.